Yo guys, what is going on? Now I know it's supposed to be a public video today. I'm actually going to go out tomorrow and film two. One up tomorrow, one up on Friday. Now, this video had to get made. I just felt like I had to make it. And it's about the title, Bury FC. I'm pretty much lost for words, if I'm honest. You know, everyone sort of knew about the situation between Bury and, of course, Bolton on a 14-day extension. But when the news came through, it started getting a bit more serious. You know what I mean? That was like a week or a bit ago. I see it on social media, things coming out all over from Bury. And then you go on Sky Sports yesterday, and even though I don't support Bury, I've never been to a Bury game, I've never been to Gig Lane, I used to play the home games. You just felt something inside you, and I think every single football fan, whether you had a rivalry to Bury or you didn't have a rivalry to Bury, whatever, just felt like a Bury fan yesterday, where you just wanted to be saved. You might hate Bury out there, do you know what I mean? You might have fans that have a massive rivalry to them, which I'm sure you do. You know what I mean? The likes of the Bolton fans, Rochdale, Oldham, Preston, Wigan, Blackburn, Blackpool. They might be complete rivals to Bury, but yesterday, I think everybody just sat back and just took a minute and thought, this football club, Bury FC, is a huge football club. It's got a lot of history. League 2 or not, no matter what division that they were in, they have a lot of history in this footballing club. And now that they've gone, it's hard for me to realise how the Bury fans must be feeling at this moment in time. Seeing that news last night, that your club has been expelled from the English Football League, must have been the worst feeling in this planet. Like, it can't have been a more devastating moment than just reading that news, hearing the news, getting a phone call about the news, that your club is pretty much no more. That, for me, must be, as a football fan, the worst news that you can ever receive. Ever. If that happened to Bury, let me put it this way, if that happened to Bury, my whole channel would be gone, because my channel is pretty much based around Bury. And at one time, Bury were nearly no more. Do you know what I mean? Our gates got locked at Ayresome Park, and it was nearly all finished for us. Do you know what I mean? Steve Gibson stepped in, and he saved the football club, but our gates got locked on Ayresome Park. And it was nearly no more. And I mean, listen, I wasn't born when that happened. But when you know what I mean, once I was born, and listen, when I was a kid, I went a bit, people find it weird, but I used to watch videos on Bury back in the day, get on my history about the Bury, everything else. When you hear about this sort of stuff, and you think, if that would have happened, I'd have felt exactly how Bury fans feel. Or they would have felt how Bury felt. It's such a sad time when you see a club of Bury stature just go. And I've got a few facts, and I had to write them down. And I didn't want to get any sort of thing I'm getting, or should I say saying, that was wrong. The chairman that obviously bought them back in December 2018, Steve Dale, he's had his name, I wouldn't say honoured, I wouldn't say it's been in a positive light, Steve Dale. The things that he was saying in his interview a few weeks ago made me feel a bit sick to the stomach. For me, he sort of disrespected Bury to the worst sort of nature that you can, and he's their chairman. I mean, some of the stuff he was saying was obviously that he's not a football fan, and that's completely fine. Some chairmen or some chairmans aren't football fans, and that's just fair enough. Do you know what I mean? Some of them see it as an investment. Okay, but as long as you actually invest in a team, you have the money to sustain the football club. That's fine. If you're not a football fan, then do you know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. He said that he said that when he bought Bury, he didn't know Bury had a football club. He didn't know. He didn't know what he was buying. He doesn't go to any of the games. I should have said that he didn't go to any of the games. And obviously, the players have been paid in months, but to come out and say that you didn't know that Bury had a football club when you're buying their football club, then what exactly are you doing buying Bury Football Club? It just makes you think a little bit. Let me go through some of the history of Bury so people can understand the full-on sort of meaning about them, and the kind of like, you know what I mean, listen, just a club overall. The founder back in 1885, of 125 years inside the Football League, and that first and foremost is absolutely massive. Bury were in the Football League for 125 years. That is not a short period of time. That is a long time. And yet, it doesn't seem to be a problem to the EFL. Doesn't seem to be a problem. 125 years, a football club was in the division, and now they're no more. It's hard to sort of read all this sort of stuff out, because I just can't imagine how the Bury fans are feeling at this moment in time. They won the FA Cup 1900, 1903, and they had an amazing record. In the FA Cup final, they beat Derby 6-0. And there was a joint highest margin of a win in an FA Cup final. This club is no more. The joint highest margin in an FA Cup final. Winning it twice and beating a team 6-0. But this club is no more. Gig Lane, of course, their home stadium, was the home of Bury for 134 years. One of the oldest football grounds in England and pretty much the world. Expelled from the English Football League, which pretty much means that Bury Football Club, the history that I've just read out and much more, that they are no more. Bury fans, I am so gutted for each and every one here. From a Bury fan, being myself, being a Bury fan, if this happened to Bury again, and Bury did go under, and say if Bury were no more, like, you know what I mean, just like Bury were yesterday, I don't know where else I'd be. I don't know what on earth I'd do myself on a Saturday. I mean, what the hell are Bury fans supposed to do on a Saturday? It's not like you're just at 3 o'clock go and watch a team anymore, because it isn't there. Now, it's got to be the most soul-destroying thing in the world, and the most gutting thing in the world, to wake up this morning, you know what I mean, and to think that on a Saturday at 3 PM, on a cup game during the week, on a league game during the week, when everyone else is playing, you cannot go and watch your team. That is the most devastating thing as a football fan that you can possibly think of. And if it happened to Bury tomorrow, I think I'd just be lost. I don't know what I'd do, because how on earth are you supposed to go and watch another team? How on earth are you supposed to get excited for another team? I mean, I guess the only game you can get excited for is England. You know what I mean? That's the only, on a real, that's the only team, isn't it? You know, I've seen Bury fans saying that they might have to go and watch some of the teams that maybe like the dad support or the granddad support, but it ain't going to be the same, because it isn't your team. Steve Dale, you know what I mean, didn't have the money for Bury, he couldn't keep him alive. Of course, he had a sort of business opportunity yesterday, but of course that fell through. It's such a shame. Honestly, it's such a shame to see a club like Bury just be wiped out like that. And honestly, from the bottom of my heart, Bury fans, I am absolutely gutted for you. I really am. It makes it hard for, what can I say? You know what I mean? I wanted to do this video, I wanted to give my thoughts on it. But now that you sit in front of the camera and once you put it on, you try and put it into perspective. And you try and think about notes that you could say to try and be as positive as you want, and it doesn't come across as positive. I just don't know what to say. I genuinely don't know what to say. And I'm not even a Bury fan. As I've already said, I've never been to the Bury game. I've never ever been to the Bury Stadium. But I can tell just from the footballing world that everyone sort of like today when you go to work and you're trying to have a football conversation, everyone talks very, very quiet about the football. Nobody really wants to bring football up. Because we've just lost a huge football club. And a huge lot of history that went along with that club has just been wiped. The community of Bolton has just had a bit of their heart and soul ripped out. A little bit of that has gone. The thing that probably connected Bury as a whole has now been wiped out and gone. It must be, as I've already said, it must be the most gutting thing for them fans at the minute. To be sat in their houses, to be sat at work, and just to see that they won't be able to go and watch their team ever again. I seen a man yesterday on Twitter, there's a video, I had to turn it off because I got a bit emotional watching it, I'll be quite honest, where he'd been going since he was 8 years old to watch Bury, 70 years, and you can just see in his face, he's just a broken man. Just a broken man. He didn't know what to say at times. You look at him on the, you know what I mean, obviously I was watching on my phone, but you just look at him on the screen, you just can't help but feel so sorry for these fans at the minute. But like I say, Bury fans, I'm gutted for you. I'm absolutely gutted for you. I just can't imagine what must go on for any of the sort of fans' heads. Yesterday, I know 400 of them turned up at 9 o'clock in the morning to clean the stadium, ready for Doncaster to be visiting on Saturday, and then to hear this news last night that all the hard work they've done inside the stadium to try and get it as clean as what you could. To get excited, to try and get the buzz right back around Buddy. That, you know, Buddy are finally playing the first game of the season against Doncaster on Saturday. To hear that news that came out last night about being expelled from the EFL, that must have just been an absolute body punch and the most horrible thing you could have possibly heard. I'm so sorry, Buddy, for what's happened to you. I really am. You know, and as football fans everywhere, do you know what I mean? We're all here at the minute, and who knows? You know, Buddy might come back. Buddy might have to make a new team, which I'm sure they will. And Buddy, if they do that, Buddy will be on the way back. There's absolutely no doubt about it. Do you know what I mean? Massive history there, and you know what I mean. The fans will be proud that they supported such a great English footballing club for so many years. It is a shame what's happened, and like I said before, I am absolutely gutted for you. But like I say, if you have enjoyed the video, drop a like, subscribe, and yeah, I'll see you tomorrow. Peace out.